I missed y'all yesterday. I missed y'all. We are live. We are talking about a topic. I think we brought it up in our last live. We are talking about a topic. It's called difficult coworkers. Okay. So I know that it is hard to escape this. This is not like, you know, something that you can avoid, right? Because we set boundaries for everything else in our lives. We set boundaries for, oh, it's a difficult lover or friend. We can just block, right? But a coworker, we have to see that person, right? We have to see that person. We have to deal with their feelings, emotions, right? Um, we're gonna talk about how everybody's dealing with difficult coworkers or just people that you have to work with, people that you have to collaborate with, or something like that. How are we dealing with that? How are we dealing with people who are just difficult by nature, antagonistic by nature? I have some things to do. I have some tactics to deal with this. Okay? I have some tactics. Okay? We're gonna figure that out. We are gonna figure out this together. I don't know. We're gonna do a 1 to 10. On the 1 to 10, how do we deal with our difficult coworkers on the 1 to 10? I'm bad. I don't think I'm the best at it, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna give you some tactics though. I think in dealing with difficult coworkers, I'm not the best at it. I'm probably like a 5. I'm definitely somewhere at like a 5. Unfortunately, I need to get better. I need to get better. Put in the comments where y'all at 1 through 10 and dealing with difficult coworkers. Where are y'all at? I'm at a 5. All right. So we're gonna go over some tactics on how you deal with this, okay? Remember, when you identify somebody as difficult, that's a coworker, when you identify them as difficult, this is you have to have two sides on a piece of paper, okay? When you interact with a coworker, I need you to have 2 lanes, okay? I need you to have this side is full of people um, who are easy to deal with, easygoing. They make your work life easier. You have that side. Then on the next side, you have to have the people that you have identified as difficult. Okay. So you have one side easy to deal with, the other side difficult. Okay. You have to identify that. When you have the side of difficult, that side of coworkers you have identified as difficult, you have to know who they are, right? Cut extra communication. There's no extra communication. I don't care if they're super nice today. Okay. I don't care if they're super nice today. That does not matter to me. Okay. If they're super nice today, so what? That does not matter. Okay. Because but that could be, listen, we described before, what it means to be toxic, right? People are just nice to you to reel you back in to be mean to you again, right? That's what a difficult coworker is going to do. They're going to be nice to you at different times. They see you off of them. They see that you like, you know, standoffish, you being short, you talking longer to other coworkers, you asking other people what they want for lunch, you're not talking to them. They see all that, right? So then they start trying to be nice to you, like, like talk to you longer, offer you different stuff in the office, a paper, or this, or that. That's what they start trying to do. Once they're identified as difficult, they are not allowed to be interactive with you at all. I don't care if it's nice or not, because they're going to just reel you in to be mean, to do something crazy to you again, or be difficult again. That's how we get burnt by coworkers over and over and over. Okay. So the main thing is we're going to interact with them as little as possible. And I know this is challenging. I mean, I already know. So you wanna be real careful. But But listen, but listen, you will always come to a point where you are in a position to have to deal with difficult people. That will all, and you can't avoid it. That's not something that anyone is exempt from. You will always come to these points in life. Everything is not going to be just super easy to deal with people. People are some of the most complex, hard to hard to figure out entities. Okay, and they're one way one day, another. You know, everybody's going through different stuff. You personalize what other people are going through, which is crazy, but that's what everybody does. And you can't, you know, especially when it comes to work and you're spending the most time with these people. We can't do it. Okay, so I really want us to understand when we are dealing with difficult people, it's not about you. Okay, it's not. Identify who's difficult. Identify who is easy to deal with. The difficult column, we cut as much interaction as possible. If you are forced to work on a team with a difficult person, you only stick to the task at hand. Some difficult coworkers are great at the actual job. They're just difficult in their interaction with people. They might just tell on you a lot or something, you know? So, hold on real quick. Ugh, how come I can't see it? All right, y'all. I want y'all to know on TikTok that we are working on a, a platform, okay, that we are testing out. This is really like, I am talking about a topic, but this is really like a test out live, okay? And we are testing it out. So I'm trying to see where your comments are. Ooh, You're one. So you're one. I can't see. We're working on being able to see what you're saying, but I just was told that you said you had a one, mugga. Nah, that's not going to work. And dealing with difficult coworkers, you had a one. No, no. All right, listen. Once these people are identified as difficult, okay, we have to cut all extra communication. It's just that simple. I don't care how nice they are on different days. I don't care what, everybody's happy. It's a Christmas party. I just don't care. That's not important to me. You have already identified this person as difficult. They get no more excess time, excess time at all. That's how you deal with difficult coworkers. And if you are forced to, like I said, like I was just saying, let me finish what I was saying. If you are forced to work with somebody and there's no escape from it, you are forced to work with them, the best thing to do is to stick straight to the task. Every time they try to veer off, talk about something else, go right back to okay, yeah, because see the paperwork, we have to make sure it's in alphabetical order. We have to, then they go, yeah, because see, because see, we need to get back to the task at hand. That's how you deal with difficult coworkers. Everything is systematic and strategic. We not killing time to talk about nothing else. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about what little Ricky did at the soccer game last night. No, I don't care about none of that. That's how you deal with difficult coworkers. You cut everything short that's extra. We don't care about nothing else you got going on. Okay. You identified as difficult. We don't mess with you no more. Okay. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Do you know the biggest waste of energy that should be going toward creativity, advancement, your happiness, uh, everything positive, right? Do you know the biggest waste of that energy is going back and forth with somebody? I don't do if I go back and forth with you, I really value your opinion. Because I'm done. I don't go back and forth with nobody. It's a waste of freaking energy. And it is people who are just antagonistic. And that's how difficult coworkers are most of the time. They just love to just be antagonistic, like ruffle stuff, get stuff reeled up, get stuff that's fun. Let me tell the boss this. Let me tell this coworker business over here. Let me go da 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 da. Trust me, listen. I have employed so many people, okay? I watch them do that to each other. Okay. I just know the mentality of difficult coworkers. I just know how they are. You understand? None of them are your friends. Let me just tell y'all this right here. Okay, so we can get this out the way first. No coworker is your friend. Okay? Because if they get squished a little bit at their job, they're throwing you under the bus. I've employed hundreds of people at my own company, at my own companies, and I can tell you this, okay? You don't have friends at work. They're not your friends. Identify who's easy to deal with, who's difficult, and we give very little time to the difficult people from that point on. It's that simple. I believe that no coworker is your friend. Exactly. This is not a place of social hour. This is a place of productivity. We're really room to be friends. We're not in a position to be friends. You know, we're just not. That's not what we're here for. Like, what's up? We are going to figure out why I can't see y'all on TikTok, but we will figure it out. We will figure it out. If y'all are watching on TikTok, thank you so much. Keep sticking to it. My name is Keep Sticking to It. You can book me directly on keylifecoaches.com for 30-minute and 60-minute sessions. You can book them right now. I am available. Um, so yeah, and we will be bringing people on. Not tonight, looks like, but we will be bringing people on. We y'all can talk about whatever the topic is. If you have issues with that topic, you can come on and talk to me. I'm usually live 7 o'clock in the evenings. If you want to catch me, yeah. But yeah, listen, y'all. When we identify a person as a difficult coworker, we ain't wasting no more time with that person ever. If you identify, I don't care if you listen. If it's day 2 of being on a job and you've already identified somebody as difficult, you done tried to say. I remember one time, I'm a therapist. I go in the office sometimes to see people in person, right? I remember one time another therapist was in there, and I said, "Hello." She said, "Hello," right? Especially corporate, you should always be in survival mode. Seriously, yeah, that's how they set the environment up to be like sort of like pit bulls in a cage, like in like a cage, like a big cage. That's how they set it up to they feel like that pressure is going to get more productivity, so they don't even set it up for y'all to be friends. But anyway, I walk into the office, we say hello, and then she's like, "So," she said, "How you doing?" I said, "One day at a time." She said, "Oh, we got to do more than that. We got to do more than just one day at a time." Like, how was that statement taken to be any form of difficult? Like that's supposed to be, I know that's right, or keep it moving. Like, why is there a riff from me answering that like that? That's what I said. Yup, you're right. Keep it moving. Zero, very little communication. That's it. I don't have time to go back and forth with nobody. I'm not going back and forth with nobody. That's out. Okay. That's out. I advise people to stop doing that. It's a waste of all your creativity to sit there. Somebody say, "Oh yeah, the road outside is blue." No, it's black. The sidewalks. I'm not going back and forth over nothing with y'all. Now, guess what? If I would have cut it short at 30 seconds, it's easier for me to get out my system. I'm over it. I move on with my day. I go on, talk to some people who make more sense. Okay. If I feed this and sit here and go back and forth with you for 2 hours, it might take all week to get that out of my system. I can't. We have got to be more deliberate with where we put our energy and how we interact with people. We have to be more deliberate with that. We cannot be playing with that. Seriously. Thank y'all for bearing with us on these Rough lives. We don't want some rough lives. Mm, 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 mm. I can't see TikTok. That's not very nice. I can't see y'all on TikTok. Hold on. Yeah, I can't see y'all over there. It's funny. Yep. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just kind of people who are watching this later. I'm just kind of looking at everything. All right. Yep. So let one more time. On a scale of 1 through 10, how good at you are at dealing with difficult coworkers or somebody that you have to work with that is difficult on something? You might have to come together for a Christmas party or come together to throw a giveaway or come together on something. Okay, you have to work together in some capacity. How good are you at dealing with difficult coworkers or just people you got to work with? Doesn't have to be somebody you see on a daily basis. Listen to me. Listen to what I said though. If you are seeing people on a daily basis, this is your coworker. You have to see them. You can't avoid them. Please do what I told you to do. Okay. No playing games beyond that. You always speak. Let me just tell y'all something. You always speak. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So listen. Listen, y'all. Always speak, okay, to coworkers. When you walk in, hello, how y'all doing? How you doing, Lisa? How you doing, Bobby? How you doing, Renee? How you doing? That's all they get. When it's time to leave, good night, good night, good night, Bobby, good night, Renee, good night, Lisa, good night. That's it. That's all they get. Don't you're gonna make life worse by not speaking to a difficult coworker. Don't ever do that. Okay. Listen, so the comment is small talks but no gossip. I'm against small talk too with a difficult coworker. We icing that difficult coworker. We're icing them because any little leg in, it, it's not good. Trust me. Any little leg in, because they know that they don't have you in their grip, right? So they're gonna be super excited, super nice, super this, super that. You're human. You might kind of go with it, like, oh, she is a little cool. Oh, Lisa is a little cool. Then here come Lisa with the with the BS again. We ain't dealing with Lisa no more. If she's difficult, that ain't what we doing. That's not what we doing. Lisa gotta go. She gotta go right now. She on the right pile. She's on the right side of the paper. We ain't dealing with her no more. So here's a day at work with difficult coworkers. We come in. How you doing? Hello. Hi. How you doing? Hey. It makes you feel good to speak to people too. Gotta play that little part, okay? Then you do your job. Everybody got different jobs. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. You go in a job mode. You're focused on the task, whatever that is, whatever you do. You're focused on the task. Let me just get that task going. If you are around a difficult coworker, your focus is extra on your task. Okay? That's you ain't thinking about nothing else. Your focus is you laser focus on your task when a difficult coworker is the only person around in the environment. If you got a difficult coworker, then you got some cool coworkers. You can now small talk is for the not difficult coworkers. Remember, coworkers in general are not your friend. Okay. They're just not it. But the ones that we put in the left side that were the easy to deal with coworkers, okay? Those people we can have small talk with. We can have small talk with them. We ain't small talking the difficult coworker. We have nothing but high when we get there in the morning and everything focused on the task that your job entails. And good night. That's all we talk to the difficult coworker about. We're not talking about nothing, nothing, even not even small talk. I don't even care what the weather is with you. I don't. We're not talking about nothing else. Okay, that's how we dealing with the difficult coworker. Okay, they have no ammo because they're difficult. They gonna get ammo from this person over here. Get ammo. Take it to the boss. They gonna be difficult. If you are doing a fundraiser or an event with a difficult person, stay focused on the task. That's my best advice for you. That's it. You're not talking. You're gonna be tempted. You human to talk about somebody who just came in, the sweater that they have on. Oh, this that. You're gonna be tempted to talk about everything going on in the environment, but you're not. You're not gonna talk about it. You're gonna go, oh, that sweater. Never mind. So anyway, what we doing? Are we finished? Did you get the? Do we have all everything lined up? Do we got all the candles? How many candles we got? How many? We get right back on task with a difficult person. I'm trying. I don't want y'all going. I don't want wasted energy on stuff that does not matter. When I need your creativity, I need the energy from you to be focused on things that's going to make life better. I don't need your focus to be on. Now you don't got offended by her by this difficult person. You don't got offended. Now you mad. Yeah. And I look at all this stuff as your fault. I take responsibility for everything. Even if somebody's super difficult to me, that's my fault. Some way, somehow, that's my fault. I need to figure out how that's my fault and how that can never happen again. Like I said, when we set boundaries for everything else, when we set boundaries, it's easy. But when it's people that you can't avoid, it's not so easy. Okay. Okay. I would love to know what y'all think. I can't really see y'all comments. We working it out. I'm gonna be able to see the TikTok comments next time. Unfortunately, I can't see them right now. Yeah. I love y'all. I think I'll be live tomorrow night. Yeah, I think so. All right, we'll be posting if I'll be live and what the topic will be. I will see y'all tomorrow. All right, yeah, more than likely I'll go live tomorrow. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Please look out for the notification to let you know.